Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, then my name's Katie, and if you are not new, then welcome back. I am so excited to film this video. You guys have no idea because I've been watching RawBeautyKristi for years. When I saw that she was launching a collab with PUR Cosmetics, you know my ass was like on my phone setting 7 alarms so I could be up and ready to get this launch because I wanted it so bad. I literally got teary-eyed watching her collab reveal video because even though I don't know her, I just feel like I do, you know? I just feel like she is such a genuinely beautiful person. So when I saw that she was coming out with a collection, I was like so excited. Not to mention, she's freaking pregnant. I thought I cried like a baby when Desi announced that she was pregnant, and I did. Trust me, like I did. But then Kristi announced that she was pregnant, and I was like, forget about it. I'm just so happy for her, and honestly, if anyone's gonna have a great 2020, she deserves it. So anyway, I woke my ass up at 9 a.m., right? Long story short, it only took me 9.5 hours to get the palette, but nonetheless, I finally got the palette. I'm sure everybody knows about the drama that went on with the launch. I mean, she literally broke the whole damn internet, like just crashed the site completely. I felt so bad because I'm sure the brand and her just felt so powerless in the situation. And I knew that people were like losing their shit and it probably caused her so much stress. And it was like breaking my heart to know that her day was probably ruined and it should have been like such an amazing day for her. So I just felt so bad. I mean, yes, I did wake up at 9 a.m. and I didn't get the palette until 9.5 hours later, but it was totally worth it. I have no complaints. And trust me, I know that patience is a virtue. After going on Twitter and seeing some of the comments, I think that some people need to work on it a little bit, but I digress. When I finally got through, I was like, okay, I want to give some hope to some of the people that may not have been as lucky as I was. So not only did I get myself a palette, I also picked up, well, this is mine. Okay, she's mine. But I got 3 more. So make sure you stay tuned till the end of the video. And if you guys were not as lucky as I was and weren't able to get through, I will be giving away 3 of these for you guys. But for now, let's get into the actual palette. So this is what it looks like. And she actually drew all of these images that you see. It's so cool. And then look at her little cute face. I'm so happy for her. Oh my God. I haven't opened this yet. I've literally been waiting because I didn't want to cheat. So the side that has the more like holographic writing, I'm almost positive is the colorful. Yeah, it's the colorful side. And then if you flip it around, there's rose gold writing, and this is the more neutral side. Take this out. So this is what, whoop. So this is what this side looks like. I am like obsessed with these tones, these like mustard tones. The reason why my base already done is because I really want to focus on the eyes because I want to do like one neutral look and then one more colorful so I can show you guys the versatility of the palette. But if you're newer to my channel or you never watched my Jaclyn Hill Morphe collab demonstration video or whatever, the way that I would approach a video on a collab, I just have different thoughts about, and I just want to say that really quickly. I will never trash talk a collaboration between an artist and a brand. I know some people might have feelings on that, and I know that some people watch videos specifically for a review, but let me explain why I will not do that. If this was Kristi's brand, then I would approach it very differently. The best way I can explain that is, let me just use an example. So say there is a brand that is a paint supplier, right? And they supply you paints to paint a picture. Now, if you painted a beautiful picture and people were like ripping your picture apart, oh, that paint is shit and blah, 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 it would be so personal to you. But if a paint supply company gave you paints and then you wrote a review on whether or not you thought the paints were good or not, that is a little bit different. Does that make sense? With that being said, I don't want to offend anyone that does that on YouTube. That is just not my journey. Okay, enough rambling. If you would like to see me give a demonstration of the PUR X RawBeautyKristi palette, then just keep watching. Alrighty, so I'm gonna start off with the colorful eye. When I saw the palette, I was like really drawn to the colorful side. So I'm just taking the P. Louise base in shade 01. We're off to a great start. There was actually purple on this brush, so that's cute. Hey, bud, you good? Come here, little honker. What are you doing? Oh, my little boy. Say hello, Julie. Are you camera shy? Look at the lens, not the monitor. I know it's hard. Mwah. Just kissed your tongue. Great. Okay, let's try this one more time. I'm going to take a dry sponge and apply this. All right, so first dipping into Mi Orange on a MAC 286 brush. And I'm gonna take this color and put it into my transition, but I want this to be more rounded. So I'm just gonna lay down the color and then I will blend it out. And I'm gonna take this pretty far up, pretty much touching my eyebrow. I'm then gonna take the same brush and go into Dandelion, and I'm just gonna run this directly over the orange shade. Now I'm gonna hop into the more neutral side of the palette. I don't really want much of this color to show. I just want like a little bit of a halo to show. I'm gonna be dipping into You're Not My Real Dad, and I'm gonna take this on a MAC 224 brush. And I don't know if you guys are watching me, but when I do my eyeshadow, I almost always like lean my head all the way back because I just don't want fallout, because I like to do my base first. I'm gonna take this shade and I'm gonna put it directly in my crease. I'm actually switching to a MAC 212 brush because it's like a little more dense and I wanna pack the color on. And I'm gonna be doing a halo eye, so I want this color to be brought all the way in the inner corner. And the way my eyeball is set up is I always get eyeshadow on the lid regardless of if I'm trying to or not. So I never care about what the lid looks like. And I know I've said this so many times before, but you just have to trust the process. Things might look a little crazy, but I always have a vision, okay? Now going back in with a 224 brush, I'm going to blend out the edges into that transition color. So I'm gonna just go back in with that P. Louise base, and I'm just gonna messily put this on my lid because it's brown now and I don't want it to be. I'm just basically whiting out my lid again so we can add the color. Once we have that laid down, I'm going into the shade Hurtful on a MAC 242 brush. And I'm gonna put this in the inner corner and in the outer corner of my eye. Just take your time and just slowly build up the colors. Makeup is such a process and you just have to like hang in there. Now I'm gonna go in with an M507, and there's literally no product on this at all. I'm just going to blend between the blue and the brown. I'm gonna take a little bit more of the P. Louise base, and I'm going to once again white out the center of the eye now. Alrighty, that should be good. Okay, now I'm going in with this shade Garden State on another MAC 242 brush, and I'm going to put this in the dead center of my lid. Ooh, I really, really like this shade. I don't ever wear like greens or teals on my eye, so I wanted to like force myself to do something I typically don't do. I'm gonna go in with Cafe Disco. That's just the center shade, it's the only shimmer on this side. And I'm going to wet my brush. And I know I've said this in other videos, but make sure when you're using shimmers, you're dipping into the eyeshadow and then wetting your brush, not wetting your brush and then dipping into the eyeshadow, because depending on the ingredients in the setting spray, you may wreck your shadow. I mean, you could always scrape off a layer, you know what I mean? But it's just easier this way. I'm just gonna put this like dead center. I'm actually gonna use my finger. I feel like that would be a little easier. Oh wow, this shade is really pretty. It's blending really nicely into that green color and kind of like becoming a color of its own. So that's good to keep in mind when clearly there's only, you know, one shimmer shade. You could blend that shimmer with all of these shades and then get a new shade. I'm also just gonna dip my finger back into that teal shade to kind of bring more of the teal back. Ooh, look how pretty that is. I mean, I know this outer corner needs some work still, but not done yet. But for now, I'm gonna move on to the bottom lash line, and I'm going to take, I'm basically just gonna do the same exact thing that I did on the top, on the bottom. So starting off with Mi Orange and Dandelion, I'm going to run this on my, tell me why I just had like a coming to Jesus moment and realized that the whole entire time I've been like flip-flopping between the palette and this mirror and then the palette and this mirror, and the whole entire time I could have just used the mirror and the palette, you know? I feel like I'm so not used to using a mirror and a palette because typically the palette's either like way too big or it's too long or something's wrong with the palette that I don't want to hold it in my hand. But this is actually like the perfect size and it's a really nice mirror. I don't know why I've been like juggling the whole time, but anyway, taking this and putting it on the lower lash line and blending outwards. Then I'm just gonna go in with the Hurtful shade and I'm going to put that on the outer and inner corner of my eye. I just cleaned up that pencil brush and then going into like the littlest bit of You're Not My Real Dad, I'm going to blend those two colors together. Blend right between the orange and the blue. And then you're gonna lose some of that blue color payoff so you can go back in with the blue and intensify it. I'm just going to go in with this kind of like already mixed shade that I have. And I'm gonna put this in the dead center of the bottom lash line. And then once again, I'm just gonna spray my brush for this. And then lastly, I'm just gonna take a little bit more of that Cafe Disco shade and pop that directly into the inner corner. Oh, that shade's so pretty. Okay, last step, I promise. I'm gonna go in with these Kat Von D, I think they're just like cream eyeshadows. They're like pomades. This one is in the shade Lemmy Green and this one's in the shade Satellite Blue. And I'm just gonna take a little bit of both and mix it together. I don't know why I tapped off the brush. I'm going to run this in my waterline. Hopefully this works because I've never used them before. All right, I'm gonna pop on a lash and then I will be right back. Okay, we're back and the first eye is all complete. I mean, I know that this is a very long lash. I mean, literally if I look up, it like touches my eyebrow, but I chose this particular lash because regardless of how long it is, I don't really care about that. It's very spacey. And I didn't want to pick a lash where like I just did all that work and then you completely cover up the lid. You know what I mean? And just a side note, I was actually going to pick up both of the lashes that she created, but then I thought about it and I was like, I could spend $30 on 2 pairs of lashes, or I could get a whole nother palette and give it to someone who unfortunately wasn't as lucky as I was. But just in case you're curious, these are the Eldora. Hold on. Oh, these are the Eldora. The flip. How are you gonna not name your lashes? Am I missing something? I don't see a name. All right, let me just show you what the lash looked like. This is what the lash looked like. So, first eye, all done. And keep in mind, there's a scar here. So this whole situation, this is not a shadow problem. This is like a me problem. This is like my dumb ass got a scar when I was a kid problem. Okay, so I am going to, oh wait, shit, I have to prime. God, get it together. Okay, I'm gonna prime my eye, then I'll do the thing. Okay, we're ready to go. I'm going to start off by using the shade Camelot. And once again, taking this on a MAC 286 brush and then holding this brush very loosely down here. I'm going to more messily run this in my transition. And notice that when I'm doing this, as soon as my brush makes contact with my eye, I never pick my brush back up. And that is how you are going to ensure that you get like a really nice blended transition. And then when you get to the edge, what you can do is, brush right here. Once most of the product is off your brush, you can just go to this outer edge and just scratch. So next, using the same exact brush, I'm going to dip into Camelot again, but then I'm also going to dip into Told You, focusing it more down here. I'm just gonna keep going back and intensifying that color until I get the depth that I want. I really want to use as many shades as possible. So next I'm gonna go in with the shade B and also Copper Boxes. And I'm going to put this on the outer like V area. Kind of like packing it on first and then I will go and blend it out. Now I'm going to cut the crease. This hair is something else. My hair is so incredibly dirty that I had to like do something to help myself. So more of this shit and put it on a MAC 242 brush. I have like a very obvious crease, but if you don't, you can just create one, which is kind of cool because you can do whatever you want and you can just create one in any shape that you want, in any way that you want, but you know, we're not all blessed. I'm only gonna bring this like halfway in, half cut crease, just like so inventive and original. Now I'm going to dip into Golden Ticket. I can already tell this shadow is gonna be good. It's like super creamy. I'm going to pack this onto the lid, and then I'm just gonna dip into this shade and this shade and blend right over that edge. So for the bottom lash line, I'm going to take the shade Camelot and run it down here. And then dipping into Told You. Dipping into B on an M222, which is just another pencil brush, deepening the outer corner. And then lastly, going back in with that Golden Ticket shade and putting this in my inner corner. Okay, cool. So once again, I'm gonna pop a lash on this eye and then I will be right back to wrap it up. Okay, lashes are on and these are the finished looks. And even though this side might be like a little intimidating, I still feel like it's a more wearable, colorful look. This side, even though more neutral, it's still like very glam, very extra. As soon as I saw this palette, like I knew I just wanted to play and do some extra shit. So now for the moment that everyone's waiting for, now that we got through all the makeup stuff, the giveaway. So all you have to do to enter the giveaway is make sure that you're subscribed to my channel, like this video, and comment below which side you like better. Also, please, 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 for me, just go give Kristi some love, whether it be on an Instagram picture or in the DMs or in this video or on her launch video. You can tell her I sent you. Just please give her some love. Okay, this is gonna be like a trust thing. I'm just trusting that you're gonna do it. I cannot put into words how incredibly happy I am for her. She got her first brand collaboration. She's freaking pregnant. Like, she's just such a good person. If you don't watch her, you have to. She's the best. I'll probably have to announce the winner on my Instagram because the next couple videos that I'm putting up, I'm already working on. I feel like it would just be easier for me to announce it on my Instagram stories. So if you're not following me on Instagram, a week from today, which would be, what's today? All right, so on the 22nd, I will announce the winner on my Instagram stories. Oh shit, I almost forgot. I did a giveaway on my last video. By the way, thank you guys so much for all the love on my last video. Like, you have no idea. That meant the world to me. I was going through the comments and I just saw the most sweetest, amazing comments ever. You guys are the best. This is like why I always want to do giveaways for you guys, because I just love you, okay? I love you a lot. So thank you guys, by the way, for all the love in my last video. But the winner from the giveaway on my last video is Kayla Daddis. I'm gonna put her Instagram over here, and then don't forget, I'm gonna announce the winner for this giveaway on July 22nd, Instagram stories. See you there. But to wrap up this video, I am manifesting this. I'm putting this out into the universe. I'm hoping to God that Kristi ends up seeing this video. So Kristi, if for some odd reason you stumbled upon my humble channel and you watched this video, I just want you to know that I am so incredibly happy for you. I truly believe that really good things happen to really good people. Like I said earlier, I know 2020 hasn't really panned out to be like the best of years for some of us, but I think that this totally was your year, and I'm just so happy that it happened to you. So congratulations, not only to you, but also to your husband. You guys are like the cutest things ever. Great job on this. Loved it. Killed it. And to everyone actually watching, thank you guys so much for watching this video. You guys are the freaking best. I love each and every one of you, and hopefully I will see you in my next video.